Hello, my name is Matthew Kavanaugh, and today I will be interviewing Taya Bardwell about the Stoneman Douglas shooting. So, Taya, do you remember what day the shooting happened?
I don't remember exactly what day it was. I want to say maybe a Wednesday, definitely earlier in the week. And it was February 14th of 2018, which is Valentine's Day.
Okay. Oh, so it was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Right. And you went to school that day?
Yes, I was a freshman, so I was 15, and it happened in the last period of the day, which was my study hall class.
And were you in the building that the shooting happened?
I was not in the building that the shooting happened in. I was in the building directly next to it, probably about 20 feet between the buildings.
Okay. And where were you when the shooting happened? Like, what, were you in a classroom?
Yeah, I was in a classroom. Like I said, I was in study hall. It was about between 10 and 20 minutes before the final bell of the day rang when we had a fire alarm go off, which was odd because it was the second fire alarm of that day. And yeah, we honestly did not know what was going on. We just thought it was another drill.
And then, what do you remember that happened?
I remember going out of my classroom and starting to go down the stairs when all of a sudden I heard like these really loud kind of pops-ish, and my first thought was, because I had never heard a gun be shot before, so I thought, oh my gosh, the building is on fire and collapsing, and that's the sounds that I'm hearing.
And then, where did you proceed to go?
After that, it was just kind of everybody running. Some people ran one way and other people ran the other, and I just remember one of the teachers telling us to get back to class, code red, code red. So I went back to my classroom that I was in before.
Okay, so then what was going through your mind?
I honestly still at this point didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I actually thought that the building was on fire. We sat in the classroom probably for about 45 minutes, just in the back of the classroom. I remember my teacher like yelling at us for being on our phones, when in reality, she had no idea what was going on. And probably about an hour after being stuck in the school, we started getting some news of what was going on, and that the panic definitely set in when we realized what was going on. And I just remember my friend getting a phone call, and she was like, Alyssa's dead, and that's when we knew that something serious was going on.
Okay. And during this time, after that, you said you were in the classroom for about an hour?
About an hour till we found out. We could hear the hundreds of sirens from the police and the ambulances, and probably about an hour and a half in, the SWAT team, a few members of the SWAT team came in, and they directed us to another classroom that had other people in it. And so there was like close to 100 of us just packed in this tiny classroom.
Okay, and then how much longer were you in there?
Probably another 40 minutes, I would say, and then the SWAT team came once again to evacuate us out of the building. I just remember that the windows were broken in and that we had to walk over the broken glass, and they told us to keep your eyes on the person's head in front of you, keep your hands up, and don't look anywhere around you except straight.
And did you do that?
I did until we passed the freshman building, because that was our only way out of the school.
So you went through the freshman building?
We went through the court. There was a courtyard in front of the freshman building, so we went through that courtyard, which led into a parking lot. And everybody tried to keep forward, but there were two bodies on the floor, and it's something that you don't want to look at, but at the same time you can't look away.
And you saw it?
Yes.
And what happened after you were dismissed?
We were told to go through the parking lot across the street, and I just remember so many people were there, so many police, and I was just looking everywhere to try to find my mom. You know, I do remember that I saw one of my friends and we just kind of hugged and cried together for a little while until I found my mom.
And then your mom came?
Yes, we actually lived about a mile from the school, and so she was really quick to be there.
And so after everything happened and you went home, was it difficult for you?
It was very difficult. I actually was never really an anxious person up until that point. I definitely struggled a little bit. I chose to keep it in, so I didn't even tell anybody what I saw or what happened until probably a year after. I found myself having to go to a lot of therapy because it was just something that didn't feel real. You know, even seeing what I saw, I still couldn't come to terms with the fact that the girl in my first period math class was dead by the end of the day.
Well, I just want to say thank you for taking this time and letting me interview you, and I just want to say I'm sorry for everything that happened, and I hope that everything works out for you, and I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good rest of your day.